Hello guys, this is TheOneAndOnlyAnselm, and today I am bringing you some War Thunder. Now this is a game I got pretty recently. I was playing with a friend. He's not very good at the game is all I have to say. I'm not gonna not gonna be mean, but he's not good. But this is just a game I hopped in with him. Um I'm flying my level 2 Hayabusa. It's a Japanese fighter. Has two 12.7 mils on the front, which is the same as a 50 cal. Same thing. But this, I just had to carry my team pretty much. Let me get the HUD up for you guys. There we go. But oh, there's an enemy right there. We get a nice head-on fight going. Never go head-on. I know I just did it right there, but never, ever, ever, whatever you got, do not go head-on unless you're in something just ridiculously better. That guy right there, he pulled up too fast with a messed up wing and just got torn to pieces. Now I have, I believe, like 4 enemies on me, but it don't matter. I'm taking out this pea shooter right here. This guy was actually pretty decent. He, as you can see, he gets away, runs away to his enemies, to his friends, and they'll almost get hit. And if I would have got hit there, this game would have turned out much, much differently. And you'll see what I mean later on, but I get hit right there. That kind of messes me up. It's an Ishak, I believe, behind me. A very nice Russian level 1 plane. If that is an Ishak, it has like 4 7s. No, it's a Chika, whatever it's called. But I hit his tail there. And once you hit someone in the tail, they pretty much lose control of their plane. He just gets completely ripped up. Not quite sure what happened to him to rip him up that much, but he just got torn to pieces. But now I have this pea shooter on me. And as you can see, he gets some good shots on me. That's kind of what I like to point out is the weakness of this plane. It can turn sharp. It can deliver a decent amount of damage for something this low of a level, but it cannot. It can deal out damage. It can't take it. And I'm trying to outrun this guy. I realize he's gonna run me down with my messed up wings, so I go into some evasive maneuvers, and I know the screen tearing's there, guys. I don't really know why that's happening. I'm recording this with all my settings turned up all the way, trying to get it looking as nice as possible, but for some reason it's still screen tearing with anti-aliasing turned all the way up. Not sure what to say about that, but it's going to be there. So after doing those fancy maneuvers, I notice, wow, that was all for naught because he is still right behind me. But I also notice his teammate's right here, so let's try to use this teammate as a sacrifice. Just get him, the enemy chasing us on the tail of our teammate, and he has no part of it. He just keeps on keeping on. Really, he ignores the much slower, less armored target and goes straight for us, which was his downfall. As you're gonna see in a second. There's tons and tons of armored cars. If you could get a bomber here, he would just load up on the kills, on the ground kills. But I believe he's going to come over that hill in a second. There he is, and he goes for the ground target. Starts shooting at him, and immediately he just suicides, I guess. They may have hit his pilot or something, taking him out, but the armored car killed the guy. Kind of bad when he can almost take me out, but armored cars, no, much tougher. So I'm just going in for a landing here. I have to repair. We have to. Our plane is so torn up that not landing here would be the stupidest thing we could do. So you always want to. Just a little quick tip for landing. Some people don't know about it, but if you hit F, that'll change your flaps, and You always want to, when you're trying to land, always want to switch your flaps to landing. That'll slow you down significantly while you're in the air. But yeah, it really helps. And as you can see, this thing just absolutely torn up by those 7mm. If you can get a higher caliber, or a higher caliber into this plane, I believe, I mean, this is a 7. He hit me 5 or 6 times with a 7mm and it tore it up this bad. Imagine what one 20mm bullet would do. You could, if you get it in the right spot, this tail is stronger than it looks, but these wings are they're just flimsy. If you can hit it in the right spot on these wings, it will just tear giant holes through them and you'll be done. Also, his fuselage, not the toughest, but we're just kind of floating above the runway right now. And one really nice thing about this plane actually is how fast it takes off. And you're gonna see what I mean here in a second when we actually do take off. Right there, we're already up in the air. That's really nice if you're having to do repairs where you could potentially be hit by enemies, because the longer you're on the runway, the more chance you have of getting killed. I mean, that's plain and simple. But here I'm just patrolling, and I notice there's a P-26 over there. The pea shooter. Not that bad of a plane. A lot of people say it very low armament, and I guess for an American plane it is, but compared to all the other reserves, it's the same really. And it's not as bad as people say it is. People say the worst plane in the game, that sort of thing. No. The worst plane in the game, I'll discuss that in a later video, but there's a much worse plane in the game, and it makes the pea shooter look like a MiG-15. So bad. But, I mean, that's something I'd like to talk about too. I could go off on so many rants about matchmaking, especially in this game, but I'm gonna restrict myself and just focus on the gameplay. Got our Hayabusa. We can outmaneuver him. We can outrun him. We can outgun him. Can't take as much damage as him, I don't think, but just he's finished. We're a superior pilot with a superior plane. 9 times out of 10 we win that battle. Now, this guy right here, he's in an Ishak, which is a better plane than us. It's faster, has it can deliver more lead down range with 4 7mm that shoot incredibly fast, and he can outturn us too. Luckily for us, he is a crap pilot. He doesn't know how to do anything really. Doesn't try to outturn us, doesn't try to even go after us really. He's just focused on ground targets for some reason, and that's not gonna work. You can't focus on ground targets, not when someone's just trailing on you. And I mean, he does dodge some bullets. As you can see, we can't quite hit him, but then all it takes is one nice little bullet to the elevator and you're done. If you see someone's elevator, rudder, or just tail in general get injured, they're done. And as you can see, he goes down. What I started to do there, I saw him kind of pick up for a second. I was like, wait, is he still going to be flying? And no, sure enough, he did go down, but he stayed up a little longer than I thought he would have. So I see this P-26 over there. It's kind of scaring me, like, wow, my teammates are getting beat up, might as well go help them. And as you can see, I have not seen a teammate yet. I have no idea what they're doing, no idea where they are, but they were non-existent in this game, really. I think I have, what, 4 or 5 kills now, and I haven't seen a teammate. In this game, I mean, it's kind of, this isn't the most action-packed up until this point, but it'll start picking up in a second. Something I noticed coming out of here, though, is, wow, there's a BB-1 right there, and it's actually dangerous because he could actually harm our ground targets. Unlike these little pea shooters and Ishaks going for it, and the Ishak didn't even have rockets. Just bad. But I peel off of him, he's too fast, and I decide to go for this F1M2. It's a Japanese fighter, but it's not made for fighting on land. It's more of it's a seaplane. It has buoys that allow it to float and land in water, and that's its major advantage it has over everything. So I peel off of him after killing him fairly easily. I mean, it's a biplane. It's weak armor biplane. All I had to do was hit him in the pilot once, and he's down. And that's actually something I really like about this game, is any plane can destroy any plane. All it takes is one shot to that pilot, and you're down. So I noticed these two guys, the BB-1 and this Fresia, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's the G50. It's the Italian level 2 plane. It turns relatively sharp, it goes relatively fast, and has 212s. But he's not that good of a pilot. Peel off there because I almost hit him because he's for some reason going slow. A lot of people don't know why, but they shed off speed when they're chasing enemies. They just will shed off all their speed and lose all ability to maneuver, and it's not good. And as you can see, our teammate kind of took the guy down with him there. But this guy's kind of he's just going around the circle. Thinks he can outturn me for some reason. There's that BB-1 again. Almost hit me there. He would have hit me. He probably would have been best because he's not that good of a pilot. There's another enemy plane. This guy was lagging all over the place, as you can kind of see it there, but in game it was much worse. And I peel off of him because, well, I noticed there's this KI-10, and he seems like a better pilot, so I'm thinking about going for him. Just try to get a couple more shots on the G50. Do not pursue it though, since we are fighting multiple people. And you don't want to get locked onto one target for too long when you're fighting multiple people. That's one of the main things you have to worry about. Is a lot of people, they'll get tunnel vision. They'll see one guy, and no matter what, even if there's 3 people behind them, and let's say both fighters, and you're in a reserve plane, they have a straight line on you, but the guy you're shooting at's in a straight line. In that situation, it is not the best idea to continue in that straight line. And here we found another F1M2, another Japanese fighter. Can't turn quite as sharp as us though, because of those giant buoys. And he tries to get in a turning battle with us for some reason. I mean, just another clueless pilot. Doesn't know his plane, doesn't know the strengths of his plane. At this point, he should have just run to his teammates. He has a nice gunner. Didn't even try to use him. Take out his tail, and like I've said before, if you take out a tail, rudder, or elevator, just leave them. They're gonna crash. There's nothing they can do at that point. I mean, losing all tail control, the ailerons and the rudder, they control your plane. I mean, without them, it's nearly impossible to fly it. Your rudder, elevator, and ailerons, if you can take them out on someone, they're pretty much just they can't maneuver. They can't defend themselves. And I think that is my last teammate up there, but I have bigger problems down here. Luckily, I get him fairly easily. He just not the best, and took out his pilot. So here's that KI-10. I have no idea what they've been doing. I believe there was a teammate over here that just got absolutely wrecked by the pea shooter and that guy. But there we go. Take out his tail, and you know what that means? He's done. He's gonna crash. He can't control his plane. Nothing more he could have done in that situation. and he actually did pretty good. But I had the better plane in that situation, and I was the better pilot in that situation. But here's this rock. This actually is going to help us a lot later on, because it provides a very nice way to even the odds when everything is against you. So there's an enemy. You got a teammate who can't really do crap. No idea what he's doing. He took a while to turn. Kept up his speed. That was kind of a smart idea on his part. And now he's being chased by this other pea shooter right here. And I can't hit this guy for some reason. But there we go. All it takes is one well placed bullet, and he's dead. I hit his gear leg though. That was kind of why I was wondering how he was so hurt. But here's another G50, another tier 2 plane chasing us, and he actually had the drop on us this time. He had no excuse not to kill us. Gets the drop, gets his 12 millimeters pointed, 50 cal. Just very simply, it's a 50 cal. A 12.7 millimeter is a 50 cal bullet. So what I'm trying there, I see, well, I can barely make that turn, and my plane turns better than him, or so I thought. But you know, I'm getting really close. I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna get much closer. He's not gonna be able to make that turn, and he couldn't. He could not make the turn. He did the smart move though. Was not stupid enough to just try to finish the turn and slam into the rock, which is surprising. I mean, this guy was actually a pretty decent pilot. He slowed down trying to get me in front of him, but I slowed down too. I mean, I kind of matched him. We have pretty much the same exact plane, but I have the drop on him now, and it's really all he can do. Slows down enough to where I get in front of him, and now I'm kind of worried a little because there's other enemies in the area, and I have to focus on them too. And there's one of them. He's in a Chika, I believe, Chika, however you pronounce it. It's the Russian level 1 plane. It has 4 machine guns. I believe that's it. If I can get a beat on it. Yes, that's the Chika. It's a very, very good plane. It has 4 machine guns, but they're all in the nose, which just having 4 machine guns in the nose of a plane really great. So I believe he wings me there, and now I'm going into evasive maneuver time. Time to play Ring Around the Rosie with this guy, because I can't outrun him. Just trying everything I can to get him off my tail, because I think this is where I realized I'm the only teammate I have left. Well, I don't have any teammates left. I'm a one-man squad at this point, and the enemy has multiple fighters. I don't know what happened to that G50 I shot. I believe he went back to the airbase and repaired, which was a smart move of him. And now I can't even find this guy. I'm not quite sure what he did, but I am faster than him, so I'm thinking, well, eventually I'll catch back up. And there's a second enemy now. So we have 2 guys chasing us. I slowed down for a second to get away from him, and he pulled right back up. And now there's a third one. That's another guy in a I believe that's a Valco, which has 2 12s. So really, if I get hit now at this point, I'm pretty much done. So I'm just going for this guy. I'm thinking, well, I'm almost dead. I might as well take one with me. And sadly, I cannot. There's my first death, and I'm really kind of thinking, I'm almost contemplating quitting. I'm like, there's not much I can do. It's only me, and there's what, three or four enemies. But I decide I'm gonna hop in my K3A1. And this plane is not that good, but luckily for me, neither are these people that I'm playing against. So this guy's right below our spawn. I go ahead and get a nice dive bomb on him. don't think I hit him that much there. I kind of just winged him. Now this plane I have no crew upgrades on in this crew. I've just recently started playing with Japan, and I'm not that high of a level with them. But this thing right here, I'm thinking I can take on this guy. He's lagging all over the place, as you can see. He was kind of doing miniature circles there. And this thing is actually a really good plane. If you turn it right, if you just get it in a straight up turn, it's very, very good. No idea what the gunner was shooting at here. He was just bad. But there's that guy behind me. I believe I had switched. At this point, I have switched to the gunner, I do believe. And now I'm just trying to light him up. Can't really do much though. Once again, not sure what he's shooting at. I switched off him and then kind of let him do his own thing. My gunner. I'm trying to take this guy over our airfield, trying to get some AA, and I realize we have no AA anymore. I'm trying to get him to catch up now because I'm thinking, you know what, he's in a much more lightly armored plane. I should be able to take him out, but he goes for the runway instead. And now that's an easy kill. I'm in a bomber. What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bomb the living crap out of him. But I did not take into account the fact that he'd be moving and he gets away from the bombs. Not the machine guns though. Machine guns, they get them. And now my gunner's just working on this guy. I switched to the gunner real quick and I just start unloading on him. Don't know why it didn't show me shooting, but he takes out my engine and he takes out my wing also. He took me out with him, but I took out two of them, traded one of my airplanes for it, and it's fine with me. I got a little bit of lag there. Wow. 680 can't render this game? Come on. But now I do believe it's down to me and this guy. This plane cannot get the nose on its target, but this guy, there's no way he can beat me. And I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling, you know what, I've lived this long, I'm not losing now. So I think this is their last plane, I believe, and I don't know if he knows that, but he's not that bad of a pilot. He's trying to do some maneuvers, but he's not even worrying about me. Is what I'm like concerned. I'm thinking, is he all there? Because that's just stupid. You're gonna focus on the ground targets. Also, while I was fighting right over here with two of his teammates, killing them, he was still killing the ground targets. But you know, that's how you do it right there. I killed the last guy. Now I'm waiting. I'm not sure if I knew that was their last guy at this point, but it was actually a pretty good game. I put all the burden on my backs and just carried my team through. Turned out really good. There we go. I have some other games, as you can see, kind of waiting for me, but here it is. Here's the Hayabusa plane that really helped me out a lot during this game. There's the stats on it. It's, as you can see, great. No, not a great turn time. It has a decent turn time, decent speed, and decent IMO, but can't take many shots. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have made it this far into it, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. It's free, and I try to provide you with content on a daily basis that you enjoy. This has been the one and only Anselm. I'm out.